Welcome to the first grade Weather and Wind station at the Elise Walker Outdoor Learning Center. In this station, we are going to use our cloud charts. Then we're going to look at some very interesting weather days here at the Outdoor Learning Center and fill out our own today's weather chart. And then we're going to talk about wind. So I'm really glad you're with me today. Let's get started. Say hello to our friend, Squirmy the Worm. He's going to join us today. These are the things you're going to need from your OLC at home bag. The spiral paper, your field guide, your cloud chart, and the yarn. You're also going to need some scissors and some crayons for later. The first thing we're going to use is our cloud chart. This is Miss Alicia using the cloud chart. She's going to hold it up to the sky and look through the hole and decide which clouds she's seeing inside the square. Here's what it will look like for you. So you take your cloud chart and hold it up to the sky, look through the center square at the clouds that are in there, and then you're going to look at all the clouds on the outside edge and decide which one matches. And we've decided that this one is the one that goes, the cumulus clouds. So let's practice with this one. Here's a picture. Here's a picture of some clouds, and here's our cloud chart. What do you think? I decided on this one. You can look outside and see how you do. Pause the video while you look out your window or go outside to use your cloud chart. Good job. Now it's time for a wild animal break. This is an animal that lives at the OLC. He's very slow unless he's in water where he's very fast. The biggest thing that tells you what he is that tail. Do you see how broad and flat that tail is? Do you know what this animal is? He's much more comfortable in water than he is outside of the water. And here's his friend. Can you see that tail? What kind of animal is this? It's a beaver. Yes, beavers live at the Outdoor Learning Center. And now it's time to use our field guide. So get the field guide, turn it to page 9, and page 9 looks like this. Okay, so let's take our field guides and open it to page 9. You'll see that the page numbers are on the bottom of the page. So open it up and crease it open so you can write on the page. Grab your crayon or a pencil and let's get ready to write. Before I have you write on your own today's weather page, let's do some practice ones together. So we're going to look at this day at the OLC. You can see the color of the clouds. You can see how the wildlife was acting. Maybe you can hear what was happening. And we're going to go over this together. So we have to first decide if it's cold or hot. Well, let's look at the thermometer. It's stopping at about 65 degrees. The kids are jumping up and down in their raincoats, so they're able to play outside. So I'm going to say that it wasn't cold and it wasn't really hot. I'm going to put an X right in the middle of my today's weather chart. Then we have to decide. Well, it's definitely raining and the cardinal's taking advantage of it and taking a bath. So it's very rainy out today, so I'm going to put an X by rainy. And that's how you do your today's weather chart. So let's try another one. Is it rainy or is it icy or snowy? It is very snowy today, so that's what we're going to choose. Now you're going to, wait a minute, there's Squirmy. He's sledding, he's having a good time in this snow. And now it's your turn to mark on your page. You need to go outside or look out your window and write on your paper about what you think about today's weather. Pause the video now until you're finished with your today's weather chart, and then we're going to take a stretch.
This stretch is inspired by our big black willow tree that we call Grandmother Willow. It stretches up to the sky. So what I'm going to ask you to do is put your hands over your head and stretch as high as you can, even get on your toes. Really stretch, and then swing to the right or left and back the other way, and then up to the sky, and then right and left, left and right, up to the sky, right and left. Must be a big windstorm if you're blowing so hard. Up to the sky again, and good.
That was a great stretch. Now let's sit down and get ready for air and wind. Air is all around us and is very important to living things. Animals, like us, need to breathe it in and out because our bodies use it. Plants also need air so they can grow and so they can make their food. You know what we call air when it moves? We call it wind. So wind is moving air. Good job. Now it's time for a wild animal break. This wild animal lives down by the creek and depends on the air to get from one place to another because he has wings. What is this animal? Let's watch him for a little bit. He can turn his head almost all the way around. He can look over one shoulder very far and then look over the other shoulder almost all the way around. And then he's going to fly away. What is this animal? It's a screech owl. We love our wild animals. And now we're going to make the spiral spinner. You'll need your spiral page, your yarn, some scissors, and some crayons. So fill in all the way to the center with words that you can spell. All right, let's finish this up. And now that we're done, we're going to flip it over and we're going to use our crayons and draw a picture. You can draw a nature picture or any other type of picture of things you like to draw. Okay, we'll finish up coloring, and then when we're done, we're going to get our scissors. We're going to turn the page over, and we're going to cut the top and the bottom of the paper and cut along the spiral until you get to the end of that line. Pause now until you're finished. Okay, we finished cutting up, get to that last part of our line, and we're done with the cutting. Now we've got to poke a hole through the blue circle. But you'll need to poke something through there to make a hole. And then get the yarn from your OLC at Home kit. And now I think we're ready to take it outside and try it. Miss Alicia is demonstrating it for us, and she'll show you how you can make it move if there is no wind. I was so glad to have you with me for the weather and wind station. And I'm going to sign off on a day that is cold and cloudy, calm, and no rain or snow yet. See you next time.